Welcome back to Texas Top Homes, where home buying, selling, and financing are all simplified. I'm your host, Freeman Sawyer. With me is my co-host, Tracy Wiesman. Today we're visiting with one of Texas' top builders, Ronnie Carter with First Texas Homes. Ronnie, thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome. Good to be here.
So, Ronnie, when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that the schools are a big reason people are looking at Mansfield. What schools do you feed into, and why are the schools so highly sought after?
Well, they have good ratings. The city of Mansfield, I guess the city fathers I guess you'd have to call them intelligent, because that little town has 5 high schools, and they're enormous. Okay, I did some checking previously. It's not something I commonly do. Classroom sizes seem to be small. You know, like I did the one specific instance I went to. I checked Timberview High School for a gentleman that moved in from North Carolina. They had 18.6 students per teacher.
Wow.
Right? And then they've built another high school since that one was built, right?
Sure.
So my neighborhood feeds into the newest high school called Lake Ridge, okay? And then Mansfield is different than, say, where I grew up. They have 4 schools. So they have K through 4. 5th and 6th graders go to their own school. 7th and 8th graders go to their own school. And then you have the high school, okay? Well, all 4 of those schools are less than a mile from Pemberly Estates. In fact, less than a mile. So makes it kind of nice for the neighbors. The K through 4 would be Judy K. Miller, starting. I don't know if it started this year or next year, but they had been going to Cora Spencer, all of which were close. Then Danny Jones and Mary Lillard for the intermediate and middle, and then Lake Ridge for the high school. So. Yeah, since my time in Mansfield, I mean, it's crazy. When I first got there, I would have people come to the model, right, and they would open the door, and they wouldn't come in. They would stick their head in. This is Mansfield Schools, right? I'm like, yeah, this is Mansfield. Come on in. Like if I would have said no, they were going to leave. Right? So I'm like, well, there's something to this, right?
Sure.
And ever since then, it's still that way. Everyone wants to make sure they're in that school district. So they build a lot of schools. And something I brought up to a customer the other day, I said, well, there is 3 elementary schools within a mile of my neighborhood right now.
Nice.
What type of people can't live that close to an elementary school? Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, another thing is there's not a lot of tomfoolery goes on around there. You never hear about hardly anything going on in Mansfield. So, city fathers, police department, the residents themselves, I do a lot of military, VA. I do a ton of VA.
Yeah.
So a lot of military are moving to the area.
Nice.
They maybe retire somewhere else, and then they come to Texas, most importantly Mansfield,
right,
to find their retirement home. So, the schools are a big part of the housing market in Mansfield for sure.
Ronnie, give us your website.
www.firsttexashhomes.com.
If somebody wants to call you and set an appointment to come look at some houses?
682-518-8081.